Hello, and welcome to the All Night Gamers Podcast, episode 220. Hi, hello, hi. Thank you for joining us for another edition of the show. Things are changing here in the All Night Gamers group, so kind of want to just give a heads up. We're going to try to keep episodes shorter for a while because I am moving, and I'm a very busy guy, and I'm very tired. But we wanted to keep bringing just great, horrible content to you guys, so we're still doing it, but they're going to be a little shorter. We're aiming for 90 minutes. So we'll see if we can stick to that. Um, the order of things might also end up changing. I don't know. We haven't really discussed things super in detail. We're just winging it because that's kind of what we do. So yeah.
Yeah.
How are you guys doing? I've talked a lot when we got on the call before we said anything. How are you guys?
Well, I spent the last week sick, so I didn't go to work.
That's why you were radio silent.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, dang,
but
man,
it
that
also
sucks. You
means
better now?
I missed training for something new they want to introduce. I'm okay. Let's put it like that. Not super amazing, but not feeling awful.
You can operate.
Yeah.
Being able to operate is good.
Indeed.
True.
That's a bummer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've been working a good bit these past couple days.
Yeah. Did you start working at Whataburger?
I'm about to. I'm having my orientation this Wednesday. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to it, though. I think
Are you going to get burned out, though? That's a lot to balance.
No.
I mean, if he doesn't get, but like what you said, like 10 hours a week from booze, like
yeah, like this next week I'm getting 9 hours. It's like
oh yeah, that ain't nothing.
Dude, you can't.
No, like I got
especially
the most this week in like months. Like I got 22 this week, which is nice, but like that's the most I've gotten in months, dude.
Well, especially after your whole car incident.
Yeah, dude, I can't afford. Literally, I've been going the speed limit, bro. I can't even afford a ticket right now.
Crazy.
Cooper gets it. The speed limit is only the speed limit for people that can't afford a speeding ticket.
Well, the Cooper, the problem is it's not just a speeding ticket; it's also an increase on your insurance. That I feel like that hurts more than the speeding ticket, honestly.
I think so.
You can get away with one, but yeah, don't get multiple.
Yeah.
If you get multiple, then things look bad.
Yeah.
I think also if you get like, I don't know, it depends on state, but in Alabama it's something like 3 in a year or something, or maybe 5 in 2 years.
They put a suspension on your license.
Yeah.
Oh. Thank God I haven't been caught yet.
That's crazy.
You goofball, dude.
Dude, one of these days I'm just gonna run past like a camera or something.
Well, especially that's the thing down here. Like one of Chelsea's old roommates, when we were over at Commons, she ran a yellow as it turned to red. Bam, $250 ticket.
Oh,
like I don't play.
Dude, if they put traffic cameras in Huntsville,
they're easy money.
We could drop the local tax. We wouldn't need to tax people anymore. The amount of times I see that happen here,
it's such easy money, which sucks. But like, it'd be so like, that's the whole point, right? Like, you'd be able, but it is absolutely insane. But I've been more. Honestly, I think I've also been a bit more careful with my car. But it's because.
Yeah, it's a new car.
New car.
New car. And
new.
Cameron's actually going to have to take it to the wash.
I am.
You should get
find a car wash.
Or no, it's a used car. Never mind. I was gonna say you should get a ceramic coat or paint film on it, but if you don't do it like when you buy the car brand new, you have to go get it like paint corrected and stuff, and that makes it really expensive. It's already kind of expensive as it is to do it, but it's much less expensive than if you have to get paint fixed first. Anyway,
That's interesting.
Yeah. So, what's the 1 week status on the car? What are we feeling?
Loving it. Still getting used to it, but I mean, it's the same size as Chelsea's car, so like it's not as bad of a transition.
Mm-hmm.
But I have noticed, like if I park, I'm still parking as if I'm parking the Trailblazer. I'm giving myself that extra clearance in the back and whatnot. I'm like,
Don't need to do
huh.
that anymore.
I don't have to do that anymore.
Well, you've also got a really nice camera.
Yeah. How about the backup
true.
camera, man?
Dude, holy shit! I think that might be the highest quality camera I own. Like, honestly, it's insane. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I think we had a little bit of a issue with connecting Chelsea. Like Chelsea's phone was connected earlier, and we couldn't get it to switch to the audiobook we were listening to. Like it was still playing it, but we couldn't like get it to show the timing and whatnot. And I'm like, okay, that's weird, but I assume that's some sort of connection issue.
Sometimes I have noticed. I thought this was just a me car thing, but this could be an every car thing because all cars have cheap Android head units. Like sometimes when it boots up, there's just one thing that's not going to work. Sometimes for me, and it's specifically if I hot cycle the car, like if I turn it off, but then I start it back up within like 2 minutes because I just like ran inside or something. The Android Auto will either take like an extra 5 minutes to connect, or it'll connect just fine. But the buttons on my steering wheel to like skip and go back in songs stops working.
Okay, so it's just a tech thing. Yeah. Okay.
I think it's just trash software. Yeah, I think it's just like bum software.
Look, I'm coming from a car that we had to fight to get phones connected to, like at all, just to be able to listen to.
Yeah, you're coming from a car
music.
that had a tape deck.
Like, yeah. Well, no, not cool. We did have an aux cord, but it was like the most I still have it in my car because I moved it over. But like, so we'll I'll show it to you in June. But like,
I thought you were using one of those
the tape deck.
I've got one. It's at home.
Haley's car had it. One of the cars had it. Somebody did have that.
Dude, I used to burn through one of those things like every 3 months. They were so cheap.
So true.
Anyway, we're a gaming podcast. What are we talking about? What we got to talk about this week? Summer Game Fest 2025 is coming back June 6th. That'll be when we're in when we're down there.
Ooh,
I know.
There's so many
Everything's happening.
Everything is happening that weekend.
Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna get super overstimulated and probably not get enough sleep, but that's okay because it'll be video games.
All night gamers weekend, boys. It is gonna be so good.
I'll put off the feeling like trash until I get back, and then I just like won't do anything for 2 days.
It's like, yeah, I'm not coming in.
Yeah, sorry.
I was with my buddies, and everything kept happening.
All of the things ever happened.
Literally.
So that'll be cool. I hope maybe there'll be. It's weird to say like there's gonna be some Switch 2 games at Summer Game Fest. Although honestly, I don't really care about Switch 2 games anymore unless they're Nintendo ones because the pricing is. Yeah, we already talked about that. But I'm glad to see that's coming back. Are they doing it live again, like on a stage?
I assume so. It's like how he's always done it.
Yeah, okay, cool. Sweet. 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern. And it looks like there's an Xbox Game Showcase and the Outer Worlds 2 Direct is going to be 2 days later. But it's like part of Summer Game Fest technically now. That's cool. Let's see. Wind Waker GameCube on Switch 2 does not mean Wind Waker HD won't get ported, says Nintendo. I read this headline. I don't know about that. I mean, like, I'm sure they could do it, but like now that they're putting this on GameCube, they're gonna want to milk that for at least like what, a year?
I would think so, because it's
And
we had this conversation previously, where it's like it's the opposite of what they've been doing. Sell the game first and then put it on NSO.
See, you say that, but Link's Awakening came out second.
Yeah, but that's not a title people were asking for.
I was.
I don't know. Also, like the difference between Link's Awakening, like the original, and Link's Awakening Switch is, I think, much more drastic, at least at face value, than Wind Waker to Wind Waker HD. Even if like the game is the same, going from a Game Boy game to a Switch game is crazier than GameCube to Wii U.
Awakening is interesting because there's 3 versions, and I think they're all on Switch Online or Switch now. I don't know. I can't remember if
It's DX, right, on color?
Yeah, is DX is on there or not?
Oh yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, like, so okay, typically they do like a year on things when they do like some new feature. Like they either give it out for free for a year or like it's this for a year or something. So like, you know, we get GameCube on NSO. And the first year of GameCube NSO is going to be the strongest year of it, like all the others. So you're obviously not gonna put it out until that's over, and then you're not gonna put it out immediately after that either. Like you would probably wait another year or two. So like realistically, if they're still gonna do it now financially, it's gonna be another like 2 or 3 years.
No, I could see it being in a year and being one of the last things that's compatible with the Switch 1 as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say this could just be a Switch 1 port since the Switch 1 can't run it.
That is a good point.
Like that I if they're gonna do it, it's gonna be a Switch 1 title with Switch 2 features. I don't even know. But what do you like the
phone
Wii U
thing?
Version, I guess
that's where they'll put the stamps.
They could also totally do it next March, which would be March 2026 is Zelda's 40th anniversary.
Yeah, well, I could see that.
I mean, this year's
I guess I could see a possibility of the 40th anniversary. They release a port of Wind Waker and Twilight Princess together, like Mario's. It's limited time, and it can work on the Switch 1.
Limited time is absolutely how they're going to do it.
Yeah, limited time.
Like that's a guarantee.
That's my point, but I could see that possibility happening.
Yeah, I agree with that. Apparently, Nintendo is also not interested in AI-generated games and claims that the human touch is essential. This is correct.
Let's go!
Huge.
Now, if only they could take that and apply it to the eShop, and it's overwhelming garbage.
No. They have to go through and check every game to see if they're working on Switch 2. Like there's a list Nintendo put out where they're like, we're trying to get them all working. Here's what the problem is. This is what we should try. It's really funny, the idea of a dev at Nintendo has to play all of the hentai AI games on
Panty Party 1 through 12.
Yeah.
Maybe they should have done some quality control before now.
I think I think Google should take this information into mind and get rid of Gemini, because the amount of times now that I have Googled something and been told a completely wrong answer.
You can cook babies in the microwave.
And not even like that. Like, okay, that one you can tell it's fake. But like when you Google something where the answer is a number, and you're just given the wrong number. It's just wrong.
Just incorrect.
Trust me, I've used it, and I go, it will give me an answer. What was a good example? I was looking up how enchantments work in Minecraft with Swift Sneak and things, and I was like, yeah, Swift Sneak cannot go on the boots with the water swimming one.
Web Strider.
Because technically, yes, it was true when they introduced the enchantment, and it was going to be on boots, not pants. But it was like, no, because I was like, that's not right. I don't think.
Remind me about this after the show. This AI thing. I've got something from last night that's really funny, but for the sake of time, I won't discuss it now. Anyway, Ubisoft holds firm in the Crew lawsuit. You don't own your video games. Of course, I read this headline and was like, yeah, of course they did. Was anybody expecting Ubisoft to be like, actually, you guys are right.
Of all
wrong.
companies, yeah, of all companies.
No.
I mean, like, look, even Nintendo will occasionally admit they're wrong. It's not while they're doing well, but they will occasionally admit they're doing wrong.
Yeah, I mean, like, they'll admit they're wrong in that, like, corporate, we don't really think we're wrong, but we have to say this or else you're going to stop buying our stuff, so sorry.
Yeah.
But Ubisoft doesn't even care. I don't understand how they make money. I really don't.
I don't. Well, okay, there was a thread talking about that the other day where it's like their games go like 50% off a month after they release, which even for Mario and Rabbids that's true. So like, how do they make money?
They're being forced to work with Tencent, and their stock is like $9 or something like that right now.
It ain't going up.
Something ridiculous.
Look,
it might not be $9, but it is very much low.
Boys, I think it's time to buy out Ubisoft.
Okay.
Control the means of production.
We could own Uno for free.
I don't want to control the means of production if Ubisoft is the production. That would be a fun thought experiment of what would happen if Ubisoft got bought out. Like, I think the obvious answer people would probably say is like Xbox, because Xbox buys everybody out. But like, what would happen if Nintendo bought Ubisoft?
Increase in their games not going on sale.
Probably just like
Uplay
a
being a part of
pullback
Nintendo Switch Online.
Complete about face, dude. Ooh, I don't like that. They can keep that.
Uplay. You don't want Uplay?
No.
Razer pauses direct laptop sales in the U.S. as new tariffs loom. Yay! Yeah, we're not gonna be able to buy stuff like soon.
Let's
Hooray.
go.
Drink to
What
that.
I've always wanted to do is not be able to buy.
Dude, our consumer country can't be consumer.
I was watching Tech Linked, like the news thing on YouTube, and they were talking about these tariffs, and they were like, oh, also, yeah, you can buy a smartphone in the U.S., but it's like way lagging behind in technology compared to every other smartphone, and also it's twice as much as any other smartphone. So if you want to know what building stuff in the U.S. is like, here you go.
Great.
At least for tech. We can build like shovels and stuff pretty good, but...
What are we in the 1850s? I don't need a shovel. I need tech.
I actually do need a shovel. That makes me feel old saying that, but I realized that today. The shovel I found is kind of crooked. I don't think it's going to be usable. But
okay, but like,
need a shovel.
How often do you need to buy a shovel compared
theoretically
to
once?
Tech?
Theoretically,
maybe
you should
twice.
Shovel is a one-time purchase.
I'm gonna say it's not once, but it's not high.
It's not more than more than 5 in a lifetime, dude. Like,
well, it depends on the quality of the shovel you're buying.
Okay, but like if you're,
because Grant just said the shovel he found is bent, which is gonna mess it up.
Well, yeah,
a lot.
but the plan is you don't bury your shovel for 5 years and then come get it later. You keep it somewhere where it doesn't do that.
Oh man,
that's so funny.
I gotta head home and dig up my shovel.
It's
Oh
time.
man, I
It's
can't
been
remember
5
where
years. It's like kimchi.
I can't remember where I no longer have the shovel to dig it up. Ah, that's weird. Yeah, I just can't remember where I put it. Sad.
Let's see. Vampire Survivors got new DLC, Emerald Diorama. Vampire Survivors Cross Saga Emerald Beyond, whatever that is, announced, and it is out now for free.
I believe it's a JRPG that the dev behind Vampire Survivors is a huge fan of.
Sweet. David
People
Diver
ask,
also. Oop, you go ahead.
people asked him why it's free, and he's like, because charging cause like putting money on something makes a lot more contracts, but free is easier contracts, so we made it free.
Makes sense. Yeah, when you don't have to divvy
does
up
make
cash, makes it simple.
Yeah,
David Diver is also getting more DLC. Ichiban's Holiday Content Pack. It's a time-limited DLC. Again, I don't know why they like to do this. It's so stupid.
No,
It's
so
only
dumb.
available from April 10th until 8 a.m. Pacific time on October 9th. So just go ahead and buy it if you care at all. Or don't really. Dave the Diver is such a grind. I love Dave the Diver for the aesthetic and like the vibe of the game. It's great. But in reality, it's a gameplay loop that goes on for 900 hours too long. And like the DLC takes so much time just to get to experience. It's like I don't know, man. The DLC for Dave the Diver is kind of almost not worth it based on my opinion of the game. And I hate to say that because I really love everything else about it, but I don't know.
Yeah,
Buy it if you
no.
want it. PlayStation Plus price increase was announced for Australia, Korea, and Southeast Asia.
Don't like that.
Airport countries, we're gonna increase your price.
Rip. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild's Nintendo Switch 2 edition does not come with the expansion pass, meaning you'll have to pay an additional $20 to play the DLC on the new system if you don't already own it. Yeah, that is kind of a bummer, but
it's very Nintendo, honestly, though.
yeah, I was gonna say, like, is anybody surprised? Also, who
People are
didn't buy the
really
expansion pass?
mad.
Who thought Breath
Yeah,
of the
right.
Wild wasn't good enough for the expansion pass? Like, I'm not
But it's going to get it. It's going to play it on the Switch too.
I'm not trying to sound like a corpo defender.
But like,
But like,
if
dude,
you actually
it's Breath of the
like,
Wild. Did you not buy it already? What's wrong with you? That game was awesome. Everybody should have the expansion pass already. You're crazy.
well, also, what's the point of being like, oh, well, it's $90 for who though? Like the 5 people that don't already own the game and haven't or didn't buy it on a sale. Like,
Okay,
it,
so
you know,
I think that it is
I think
lame.
it should. I think it should come with the Switch 2 version. That is stupid. But I it I feel like for most people playing the game, this is a non-issue. If you're going to play it on Switch 2, you probably already own Breath of the Wild.
So it's 10.
The real scam is that Breath of the Wild, like the sales are so infrequent with Nintendo that it's really hard to have ever gotten Breath of the Wild below like $40. Which I'm not saying it's
True.
not worth that, but I'm saying if you're a cheapskate gamer and you only buy things on sale, it's like
And you miss
Breath of the
the
Wild did not sell
because
1-to-1.
$40 is still insanely expensive for people waiting for a sale.
Yeah, and also for
They're
like a
like,
8-year-old game.
mhm.
I wish
Like
they had
I
did the thing that PlayStation had where it was like you could buy the PS4 version and then just pay $10, but you're buying the PS4 version, so you're probably not spending more than 20 or 30 on it in the first place. And a lot of the time you're probably paying like literally less than 20. I mean, because they're so cheap, but you can't do that on with Nintendo games because they don't
Nintendo.
really go on sale like that.
No, the ones that go on sale are not the ones getting, they're not the ones you want anyways.
Yeah.
I mean, typically, if they announce a PS5 version, though, recently, they will up the price on the old PS4 version.
That is true. I was thinking more about like the launch because that was when I bought most of my PS4 games. Was like the first year of me owning the PS5. And I was just doing that like all the time. Like I bought the PS4 version of Madden, and then just paid for the upgrade because I was like, why would I buy the PS5 version for 70 when I can pay 8 for the PS4 version used and then $10 for the upgrade?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the
But you
ultimate
can't do
difference
that
is
with
that
Nintendo
you
games.
can't
Yeah.
like there's very few games where you're going to be able to do that, and none of the games that you're going to want to do that for will have gone anywhere close to that cheap.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on. We ranted about the Switch 2 enough last week.
Yeah,
That's
you're
true.
right. All right.
True.
Well, we're on the
We'll
Collector's
rant about it
Corner,
more.
the weekly segment where we talk about the games we've been playing and the games we've been buying and the games we haven't been playing sometimes. It's a weird segment. We just talk about what we've been doing. And we use a wheel to determine who goes first. So spin the wheel. Who's up here? Ooh, a rare entry for first place. Alex,
Yo.
you're up.
Interesting.
I
There
was
you
gonna
go.
Okay.
say if Grant ends up
No, it was not. It was,
7. Dude, I was
it's,
gonna say if Grant ends up 7 of the last 8, I'm gonna be mad. Or,
Let's see.
I
I'm
lost
still
count.
6 of the
I've
last 8, though. I'd take that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, is that how that works?
I've played Marvel
6 of the last
Rivals a
7.
bit.
Or 5 of the last 7. I can't count.
I've played Marvel Rivals a bit.
Okay.
Most of what I've done, obviously, I mentioned I was sick, so it was more a lot of watch anime. Cameron and I beat another level in Split Fiction. And I've played a bit of Vampire Survivors, obviously, because the DLC just came out. So it isn't surprised. I'm like, oh yeah, I want to play that more.
Fair.
Nice. Did you see the thing Mayo put in the chat that JoJo Part 7 is coming out?
Yeah, I did say that.
Exciting.
Dude, I still haven't watched JoJo. Like, is it good?
Dude, yes, it is great. It is dry for the first season is very dry. The second season is better, but it really gets awesome in part 3. Hey Kyle, just in time.
Hey yo.
He's muted, or he's driving. He's probably driving.
Anyway.
Okay.
Hello, bye. What were we talking about? He just
JoJo?
totally took me
JoJo.
off.
Yeah, JoJo.
Yeah. If you really want to know how part 3 gets to where it is, then start from the beginning. But honestly, if you just want to get into the real meat and potatoes, start in season 3 or part 3.
Okay.
And from there, it's just peak.
Ooh.
He's back again?
But not actually.
Apparently not.
Hello?
There he is.
Hello.
Just in time for Collector's Corner, Kyle. Let me
Bro.
add him into the wheel here.
Work sucks. Why are we doing podcasts tonight? I thought it was tomorrow.
Because Cooper got a test.
Yeah, we
I
both
have the
a
same
Kyle.
test. It's not that big of a deal.
Okay. Well.
Okay,
Okay,
just
but
because
it
you
just-
aren't
gotta
one of those
study.
people who needs to study.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cooper, just be better. Just be like Kyle. Just be, like,
Apparently.
awesome. It's really not
Like,
that hard.
literally just listen to the freaking thing and then read over your notes like once, and then you're good.
Okay.
Anyway, spin
Yeah,
the
I was
wheel
one of
again.
those people.
What'd you say?
I said you're one of those people.
Really?
Yeah, but I still have a better grade in the class than Cooper, so clearly it works.
Ooh.
Okay. Crazy.
Ooh.
I'm just joking. I think we're
Wow,
actually
all
about
right.
tied now. He's been doing really good on the past couple tests, so we're probably around the same.
Hey, it's me. Okay. So yeah, all the stuff with the house. I've got like a quarter of a garage that looks pretty sick, and 3/4 of a garage that looks like trash. I've
But that's progress.
Yeah, I cut down 100 pounds of trees today.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. I really, honestly, have not played all that much because the house has kind of started spooling up, and I am afraid of this. Like, I feel like I'm not going to be really playing a whole lot for quite some time, and I hate that. But I did play some. I tried out Hollow Knight, not nearly enough to have an opinion on it, but I do want to beat that game. I'm gonna play through that.
I was like, you gotta finish it up so that you can play Silksong when it finally comes out.
Yeah.
After
In
5 years.
2012.
Yeah, literally.
So I started that. I played more Stardew Valley. I've been working on my 100% save again. I found out there's treasure totems that lets you spawn artifact spots, which is exactly what I needed to figure out those artifacts, those 2 that I was missing. And I got one of them already. I'm super excited. Super close there.
There's artifacts in Stardew?
Yeah, they're for the museum.
Bro, I did not play that game enough, apparently.
No, you did not.
That's been in there since it launched.
Yeah, I don't know. I like barely got into the freaking town hall, bro.
Bro built a farm and then logged out.
No, I got to like.
He planted 15 parsnips, and I was like, "This sucks. This is lame."
No, I got to like year 3 or something like that.
And you barely got to the community center?
Wait. How
No,
did you not know about the artifacts? How did you get to year 3 without learning about artifacts?
I played the game without any use of the wiki or any prior knowledge of the game or any friends.
Yeah, but you didn't
to
dig
tell me
the.
what
They
was
told you. They tell you in game to dig the spots, the worm spots.
I did not do that.
Yeah, he just didn't read the instructions they gave him. Okay.
Okay,
I didn't use the
don't like
wiki. No, you didn't, brother. You just didn't read the instructions.
I did not read the instructions. I get instructions and I throw them out the window. What are you talking about, Grant?
Those are more like guidelines.
Exactly. See, he understands. Thank you, Cameron.
No.
As men, we
still
need
making
to
fun of
change
you.
the narrative that instructions are bad. Dude, instructions are great. People need to read
I
instructions.
listen to instructions for certain things.
No. We can't be discriminatory.
But in a video game, I don't care as much about the instructions. I'll just figure it out later.
As someone who plays a lot of JRPGs, that hurts my soul.
Yeah,
as someone who plays 0 JRPGs, I'm fine with it.
as someone who is ignorant of what that means, I'm cool with it. That's funny. I played. Oh, that's what. Yeah, I got back on my Switch finally. I've been playing my Switch a little bit.
Oh yeah.
For the first time in quite a few months, really. I played Hyrule Warriors. I'm gonna fully proper beat that game. I never completely beat that game. I played like half of it, and then Devin came over one time and beat the game on my save, and I was like, well, that sucks. So I just never really fully beat it. So I'm gonna.
Are you gonna
do that proper?
Are you gonna get the new one, the Calamity Age of
Not
Calamity?
if it runs as poorly as the Age of,
the first thing I'm gonna do is beat Age of Calamity on the Switch 2 when I can actually play that game, and then I will look at the new game and make sure it runs okay, and if it does, then I'll probably get it. Yeah, I really like Hyrule Warriors. It's fun. Like, I liked Age of Calamity of what I could stomach of it. I just can't stomach it because of how bad it runs.
Does it run worse or better than Fire Emblem Warriors? Because I played Fire Emblem.
Worse.
I never played. Okay.
Yeah, I
I've
don't
played
really hear
all
those
5.
complaints about Fire Emblem Warriors.
So I didn't find it to be any like that bad.
No, Age of Calamity's big problem is Breath of the Wild's engine with all the grass. Like, if you any map without grass, all of a sudden it's running well. But if you're on a map with like a lot of grass,
yeah, the 2 factors together is not great.
I got you.
Who would win, a Nintendo Switch or a blade of grass?
A blade of grass.
I played more Mario Wonder. I never really beat that. I never fully beat that game, so I'm gonna go back and do that. I don't know why I keep doing that thing where I play a game halfway and then just quit.
Well,
But
I mean,
I'm going back
it
to
could
it.
be
I'm gonna
worse.
beat it.
I literally had 10 minutes left in Metroid, so
Which Metroid? Zero Mission?
Zero Mission. After we played it on the show, I literally had 10 minutes left because I got back in it and I was like,
And you
"Oh, I'm already done."
With her
And
section,
you're
or
ju-
like
you're
the
just
original
left it
Metroid 1
and
section, or the
literally-
extra stuff?
The Zero Mission section.
Oh yeah, the Zero Mission section's short.
Hey, what, Kyle?
What's up, Kyle?
I said, did you just leave it like after having 10 minutes left in the game?
I left it with 10 minutes left in the game.
Yeah,
Dang,
that's unfortunate, dog.
that's hilarious, actually.
Be better.
Whoa.
Fuck was
What
that?
My bad.
Um,
What the fuck
Pretty
was
sure
I
that?
clicked something on my phone, and my phone had sound.
um,
Guys, they're
I
coming for us. They're coming for us.
Crazy.
I played Repo with you guys, and
True.
That's a fun
I
game.
think that's about it. A couple other things on my Steam Deck too. I don't know. That's mostly what I've been playing on my Steam Deck. Who's up next? Spin the wheel. Cooper, you're up. $10 says
Alright.
Kyle's next.
Dude, I believe it.
I'll take that bet. I need
I'll
10
take that bet.
bucks.
I haven't been playing a whole lot. I'll be honest.
I feel
Because
that.
like, what was my calendar? Was it that week? Oh no, this is my business plan week. Oh my lord, my business plan, dude. I literally was like, oh, this ain't
Dude,
that.
you literally took so long to do that one assignment.
It was supposed
Like,
to
no,
be a
no shame, because it was a big assignment, but like,
yeah,
man.
it was supposed to be like a semester long project, and from 10 it was due at 10 in the morning, so, and then from 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. I literally spent 9 hours straight getting it done. The like day of.
Yeah,
Cooper, I thought you were better than getting your semester.
I normally am. She literally said, "Oh, we'll be working on the whole semester," and like we did all the math, like all the numbers. But you're supposed to explain, oh, my mission statement and my, my goals, my, belief, all that. And it's like, oh, my
yeah. The
lord.
biggest problem for Cooper is he has no beliefs or goals.
It's so true,
That's
actually.
crazy.
That was a dagger.
That was, but kind of true sometimes.
I just playing. I just playing.
But yeah, I worked quite a bit. The most I've worked in, like I said, months, like, which was nice. And then I got a little thing that came in. I've ordered this a couple months, actually several months ago at this point, but they finally
Dog?
came in. No, not dog.
Oh.
The other ones, yeah. Beep
Wait,
that.
what again? Hold up, I'm trying to refill my water bottle, and here you are, posting shit.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, yo, that's fire. Wait, what's that
Yeah.
thing in the front? Like a stick man?
Yeah. You know the Let's Go Gambling guy?
Oh,
Yeah.
Let's go gambling.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah, let's go gambling and Balatro. Oh, speaking of Balatro, he sent like the dev to stay anonymous, like pay the guy to dress up as a clown to accept rewards.
Oh, that's cool.
Based.
And then I played Repo. And we'll probably talk about more in a second here, but dude, getting Kyle killed is the funniest thing. I love just like anytime I'm near Kyle, I'm like, all right, I gotta get him killed.
I'm aware. Because every time we would have a freaking monster around me, and I would try to run away from your ass, and you just follow me to the next spot.
Dude, when we were hiding in the cabinet and then the gun guy was
Bro,
walking by and I started
he
moving the door.
No, you didn't even move the door. You fucking grabbed him.
That's so true. He did
You
do
just
that.
fucking grabbed him, and he just turned around. Boom! My head was gone.
Who would do that?
Right? Who indeed?
Yeah, I haven't been playing a whole lot, but
But no, that is a really fun game though.
dude, Repo's a lot of fun.
Save
We
it, you know,
definitely need to play more.
save it.
Yeah, we'll save it. Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
looking forward to the semester being done. Yeah.
Next
about it.
up,
Same, bro. I'm so tired of
who's
school right
last?
now.
Oh, Kyle's next.
mean-
Pay up, everybody.
Dude,
$10.
oh no.
I'm rich.
No,
Pay up.
I said I was taking that bet. I get $10.
And I'm gonna send a
Nope.
screenshot to prove
that's not
that
how
I'm
that
not
works.
cheating.
Sure it is.
Oh
Why
wow,
would I
was
take
even
a bet I
close.
know I'm gonna lose, dude?
No, literally.
All right, Kyle, what you got? Besides $10.
Hold up, I'm actually not in my room real quick. Give me a sec.
Oh, so he's not next. Cameron, you're next.
That's crazy. Hold up, I'm coming inside right now. Oh, it was a 50-50 shot. That's so gay. All right. I played Marvel Rivals. I played Repo with everyone. I played Civ 7. Not a lot, but I played like I think around 50 turns. So just a little taste. Actually, I played quite a bit of Marvel Rivals. I probably played Marvel Rivals like primarily, and then Repo right after that. Cause Emma Frost just came out, and I'm a tank main. So anytime there's a new tank, of course I have to go try her out. She is fun to play, but Jesus Christ, it's almost impossible to get a freaking game with her because everyone sees, oh, Big Booba, I want to play. And so you have like half the freaking Marvel Rivals community who hate tanks and never want to play tanks, all just migrating to tank and being like impossible to get a freaking game with the new character. So that was a little bit annoying. However,
I mean, that was just the last one with the Invisible Woman, is that people only want to play DPS, but she was a healer, so they wanted to play her,
yeah, it's like
and they couldn't play healer.
They only want to play the fucking character with Big Booba. Like they don't care about anything else. It's really
Well,
annoying.
Marvel Rivals also fully accepts that.
I mean, yeah, that's fair, but it's really annoying for like because Alex is primarily a healer and I'm primarily a tank. So whenever it's a role that people usually just fucking ignore, and I usually have like no problem at all getting into games and playing with the characters I want to play with because no one else is really playing as those characters. It's a pain in the ass whenever the entire community just automatically goes, "Oh, I want to play this character in particular," and
It also doesn't help that
takes the
so
role
many of
every single game.
the quests right now are based around her.
Yeah, well, for the you're talking about for the event.
Yeah.
Yeah, the event is kind of annoying. Yeah, what did I say so far? Rivals, Repo, and Civ 6 or Civ 7. I also played Pokemon Emerald. I beat Roxanne, and I am currently fighting a Team Aqua Grunt, I believe, is where I left off. The one that is like in the forest, I think. No, it's after the forest. Where the fuck am I in this game? Oh, never mind. I saved right outside the Rustboro City Pokemon Center, so I was doing something in Rustboro City. But it's been like a couple days since I picked that up, so I'm not really sure what I was doing last there. I'm gonna have to figure it out later whenever I open it back up. I think that is all. Oh, my Magic cards that I bought last week shipped on Wednesday. No, Thursday. Sorry, they shipped on Thursday, so they should be here in like either tomorrow or maybe the day after. I'm super hyped for that. Um, because then I'll have another magic deck to bully people with, and that's gonna be great. Um, I found my DS again. Well, not found, but I just
Yo. Oh.
took time to go to my parents' place and pick it up so that I could actually have it. So I have my 3DS back.
Huge. You can play Club
I can.
Penguin now.
You gonna homebrew
I'll
it?
say I can. I don't
You
at all know how to do
should. You
that. I would
should.
say
It's so
I
easy.
don't know how to
It's
do
so
that at
easy, and
all,
it makes
but
all games free. It makes every single game free.
I
You should do
do
it.
definitely need to. Since Cooper gave me Lego Battles and Club Penguin, and I've been wanting to play both of those again. I have not done anything with the DS yet because whenever I got it, it was dead, and it was last night. It was late. I plugged it in, and
Wait, is
then
it a
I went
DS
to
or a
go sleep.
3DS?
3DS. Sorry,
Okay.
3DS.
Oh, okay.
Wait,
Yeah, you should
yeah.
definitely hack it.
Can you not do the? Okay. Well, you can explain how to do that in a little bit.
Dude, literally, Google search first link, click it. 3dshacks.guide. It's just a
Okay.
free guide to do it. You need like an SD card and a memory card reader and about 30 minutes.
That well, I don't have a memory card reader or an SD card right now, but I could get both of those things.
Now you got one. There's one in
Um,
there. If it's a 3DS, you probably got
well,
one.
yeah, but probably. I don't
Yeah,
know.
we'll
I'll
talk
figure it
about
out.
that later. It's pretty
Yeah,
awesome.
I
I can
have.
show you some of the stuff too.
I've been itching. Like Lego Battles has been on my desk, and Club Penguin has been on my dresser, and I've been wanting to play them because Cooper got me one for Christmas and one for my birthday, and that was
True.
my birthday was 2 months ago. So I've been itching to play them since, and I kept forgetting every time I'd go over to my parents' place to um get my DS and bring it over, and I finally did. So um that's pretty hype. Uh, I think that's it.
Nice.
That's all for me.
Well,
All right,
Cameron,
let's
back at the end again.
let me.
Oh, wait,
It's,
actually, one more thing. I forgot story time last week.
it's true.
Oh,
I
yeah.
stayed ridiculous late on Sunday last week because I got there at 11. I was scheduled 11 to 8 last Sunday. I was scheduled the same thing today. I was scheduled 11 to 8, and whenever I got there, there was 3 other team leads. So like plenty of other people there to help.
Mhm.
And they were all leaving at 2 and told like they were like, "Oh yeah, all your paperwork is done. You shouldn't have to worry about any paperwork. You should be good for a while." Um blah blah blah. I look on the schedule to see who's supposed to come in at 2, and it's my buddy Caden. And so I'm like, okay, fine. I can rely on him to come in. I know he's good for it. I have people. Well, at 2, everyone ditches me, and it's me and one other person still in the store, and they're leaving at 6. So it still doesn't even cover to help me out for the rest of my shift. And it gets to about 2:15, and my buddy hasn't shown up. So I call him. I'm like, hey, are you working today? It says you're on the schedule. He says, no, my son's birthday party is today. I called out. Which I don't know why you wouldn't just take off like well in advance because it's your son's birthday and it
It's
comes on the
only
same
once a
day.
year.
I would say it comes on the same day every year and it's only one day a year. Like I don't know why you'd call out as opposed to just taking the day out. Anyway, so he was like, someone else is gonna cover the shift. So I called that person
Okay.
and they called out too. And they said someone else is gonna cover their shift.
Bruh.
And the person that they said was gonna cover their shift was Tawanda. She's one of my managers. And I called up Tawanda. I said, "Hey, are you on your way here? Um, because Caden and Elise can't make it. They both called out, and they said that you were the one that was supposed to cover the shift." She goes, "No, I'm not coming in today. Like, I wasn't supposed to be on the schedule. I wasn't supposed to come in No one ever talked to me about this. Blah 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 blah. So then I'm sitting there, just myself. I'm the only person higher than a team member, which only people who are team lead and up can actually drive to go get product. And at this point in the night, it was like probably 4:35, and
Holy
we
crap.
have one bag of Texas toast and like a tray and a half of large buns, which can probably last us about an hour. And so I'm like frantically calling my entire like call list to try to see who can like come help me on their day off, or like at least pick up product for me. And nobody is answering the phone. Like I called there was two of the people I was trying to get in touch with. I called them like 6 times each trying to get a hold of them, and they were both asleep and did not answer a single one of the calls. And then I finally got a hold of my boss Michelle, and she was able to get somebody else to come and bring me bread, but she was 2.5 hours drive away with family,
Crap.
and it was 6:30, and I had to be off, or I was supposed to be scheduled off at 8. So obviously that did not happen. I had to wait until she got there. I got the bread finally, like from another team member who came and helped me out. But basically from 2 p.m. up to like 9 o'clock, 9 like 15, whenever Michelle got there was 3 of us in the store, and like no product. It was a bad time. It was a very bad time.
Okay, well, thanks for that, bummer. Cameron, what you got?
Crazy.
I'm sorry to hear that, but that
It
sounds
was-
like a real struggle. I'm sorry you struggled through it.
It was a struggle, but
This
it
is-
honestly wasn't too much of a bummer because I know that my check on Friday is gonna hit like a freight train. So
True.
True. Okay, so I played. What have I played? I played some Super Mario RPG. I am between chapters 1 and 2. Gino
You playing the
just
Switch one?
started. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I got it for $20.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah. Gino just started walking around. So I'm gonna go find him. Once I get back in there. There's too much dialogue. You're gonna be able to focus.
Wait, what are you
Played some
playing?
Splatoon.
Well,
Super
okay.
Mario
Mario
RPG on the
I
Switch.
know I just
Yeah.
harped about reading instructions earlier, but literally there's so much in Mario RPG that you don't need to read.
Yeah, no,
literally.
I agree, but like,
Like, I don't blame
you know,
you.
I
You
I
want to
want
experience it,
to,
but
I
Mario
want to be able to
RPG has so
experience
much goofy
some
text.
of it. Yeah, there's some of it doesn't even make sense.
That's what makes it good.
Let's see. Yeah, true. Played some Splatoon 3, so that Alex Cooper and I could all get the Springfest icons.
Okay.
I
Still
think
just doing that for free?
Literally.
for
Dang,
free.
man.
Yeah,
You start billing these
thank-
people.
right?
Bro, that's
As soon as they get some real jobs, I'm gonna bill them.
That's crazy, dog.
That's so crazy.
Hey, you can start billing Cooper now. He's got a real job.
Yeah, you can
What-
start
what?
billing. They don't have to pay right now. They can pay when they get the big job. You can start billing
Real.
now.
Hey, you know what the move is, Cameron? You start adding interest like a fucking credit card
No,
company.
no,
You got it
no.
made in the
Crazy.
shade.
Mom said I
At
can't do
least
that.
150 years.
Mom said I can't do that.
But still, you can bill them. Okay, no interest.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. So play Splatoon 3. Yeah. Everyone is going with the spawn camp strategy, and yeah, I hated all of it. I hated it. They need to stop running Splatfest where there's items connected to said Splatfest, because I'm so done. But I think very obviously, team Knight is going to win because nobody gets anything done at any other point.
Incorrect. I get a lot done in the morning.
No,
If I'm awake.
morning bed. That if you're awake, yeah.
Dude, I'm scared. I know I'm getting old because I'm kind of becoming a morning guy. I kind of like it. It's still hard to get up,
It's nice. It's
but like
It's
when
honestly
hard.
relaxing.
I like having
It's
the
hard to
extra time in the
like.
day.
Yeah,
Grant,
that's
don't let that make you feel old, because
it's
literally,
it's more
even like whenever I
productive.
was a
I
little
don't get
kid,
nothing
I
done
loved getting
and
up
then
early in the morning, because the morning, whenever it's like, especially if you have nothing to do that day, and it's
just
super
being able to
quiet in the
chill.
morning. Yeah, it's super quiet in the morning. You can just like get a bowl of cereal, get a glass of water, whatever the fuck your morning routine is, and it's just like quiet, it's solace, it's not like dark outside, so you can actually go outside and enjoy the sun whenever it's not scorchingly hot. Um,
Sure.
like morning is actually lit as fuck if you can wake up for it.
Well, we're
I
all
don't
gonna
know
be
if I
waking
would
up in the
describe it
mornings
as
for Disney
lit
and
as fuck,
Universal.
but
I would.
I do
I would.
enjoy the morning.
But yeah, so played that.
Not relaxing
Uh,
as fuck.
playing some more Tears of the Kingdom. Trying, still trying to get all the shrine because I know if I beat Ganon, I'm not going back for the shrines. So I might, I paid
What, are you gonna
$70 for
100% it
this.
before you beat Ganon?
No, oh God, no, dude, I'd have to find all the stupid core oaks. Fuck that. But I'm at least gonna get all the shrines, or
Yeah.
that like I want to be able to take more than 2 hits from Ganon before dying, because I had some close calls in previous encounters, so I'd rather not deal with that again. Play some more 3D Land. I am Middle World 6. Didn't get back to it. Went over to Universal Road Velocicoaster, just to get out of the house.
Just to feel something.
Um, just to feel the sun on my skin, Um, because
He had to touch grass, Grant.
well, no, if I wanted to touch grass, I would have gone to like, a nature park or something. I went to an amusement park. I had to touch amusement.
I mean,
Uh,
I guarantee there's at least turf there. You could have touched grass.
went and looked at the Epic Universe model again. Uh, it it is dawning on me just how close that is. That is a month and a half away. So
Coworkers of mine have gone. I'm so jealous.
yeah. They announced the AP previews for that. 120, like the lowest price is $123 per person.
Damn.
That's funny.
I'm
For
like,
what?
I'm not going.
for AP previews of Epic Universe.
I'm not going.
Bruh. No
I'm like,
thanks.
absolutely not. Even without having to get a new car.
You would not catch
Absolutely
me there.
not.
Even though it can't anyway.
Yeah. So whenever there, played Split Fiction with Alex. We are on chapter
We just
5.
beat 4, so yeah, 5.
Yeah, we're in chapter 5. It's slow going because obviously our sleep schedules are not aligned, and when they are, work. So it's, yeah. But we'll beat it eventually, hopefully, before everybody comes down. And I've been cleaning a little bit because, dear Lord, I only have a month and a half left, and I'm not going to have enough time at this rate. So slowly making headway on that.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, and I played the game of the week.
I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you're literally lying. Why are you lying to me? Huh?
Guys, I won this. I won this competition week.
You literally played Repo.
Yeah, but I don't know. He's lying, liberal. Yeah. So anyway, game of the week, Repo. Played that because it's hot off the presses right now. Everybody's talking about it. It's been pretty popular. So we've gotten into it here on the Discord, and I've played it quite a bit. And figured we might as well just do it for the show.
And knock it out while it's popular.
Would everyone agree
And while everyone's
with the
enjoying it.
description of Lethal Company, but not?
Lethal
Yeah.
Company, but like
Not
wacky.
as se-
Physics
funnier.
based,
I was gonna say not as serious.
Physics
Lethal
based
Company,
but
and
but
linear,
physics-based and funnier.
but
Yeah,
uh,
and funny.
Mhm.
yeah, you get to interact
Ooh.
more with the monster. The monsters aren't so incredibly deadly. Like you can hide
yeah,
and stuff. You
can
don't have
hide,
to just
yeah.
like run out of
Dude.
the building.
Screw the alien though. Oh my goodness.
Dude,
Screw
that
the
thing's
guy with
so
the
annoying. I
shotgun,
don't
dude.
know.
That thing's BS.
All I
True.
mean, look,
Dude, the head is also BS. Why can it eat you under the table?
all of them are bad, but like it's not, it's not instant death. Well, some of them are instant death, but it's not as bad to run into the monsters in Repo as it is for Lethal Company.
True.
You run into the monsters in Lethal Company, you're dead.
You're basically
Just
dead.
about.
I don't know. I
Especially-
could name 2 more games that at least that fall into like similar genres,
I mean,
like
yeah, I
same
can name more
gameplay
games
stuff
that-
that I think we would like.
Oh,
True.
you're saying for like future game of the weeks?
Yeah, one's
What?
one's got horror monsters like this, but you're trying to rob
Wait,
places.
did you play with us, Alex?
I played a bit
You did.
with
I know you
y'all and
played
Barrett,
Marvel
but I've
Rivals.
seen a lot of gameplay for it. Is more the thing before even Barrett brought this up.
You should have like hopped on Cameron's laptop after like he died or something, so you could at least have played a little bit.
I was sick all last week.
True.
You didn't tell me that.
That's
You
yeah,
weren't here.
Yeah, he wasn't here at the
Bro was
beginning of
not
the
Stop being
show.
sick, bro. Stop being sick.
That's also
Literally
true.
skill issue.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, right. You're bad.
Mhm.
Anyway, yeah, it's a fun game. I like it. It's funny, very comedic.
I enjoy it.
Um,
Yeah.
It's
Especially
great with multiple
typing.
people. Like it's really, really fun. Yeah, typing is really funny too.
The more
It
the
is
merrier.
absolutely broken with 5 or 6, but holy shit, like you might as well
How's it
not
broken?
bother, because I think it's balanced around 4. That's why it's so much easier to progress further when you
Are you
have
just saying that because like you can lift stuff up easier?
no, like just based on the rounds I've done with more than 4 people.
yeah, like the amount of money
it
per person, and
is lower, and
like
just
the amount of
insane.
hiding spaces. You don't have to like there's just like less people scattered around.
it's more balanced. Like I would say most multiplayer games are balanced to 4 if they allow up to
To
4.
4.
Um,
Yeah, for sure.
I feel
this
like
one,
it's around the same though. Like if you play with like 2 versus 4 versus 6, I feel like it's about the same. Like
no, because 2 you can insta die, because that's what happened to me and Jacob when we ran around. Like
well, I played a
we
game. I played a
an
game with
enemy
Cole.
up behind us.
I played a game with Cole, my roommate,
Mhm.
and we went like got to the like 3rd or 4th room before we, or the 3rd or 4th location before we finally died.
I mean, I think it kind
It
of
could
just
also just
depends
be a
on what
skill issue.
spawns. It also depends on what spawns, because if you
Skill
get
issue.
something that
It
can
could be-
insta kill
it could be
you,
a different. Yeah, it could be a different spawn rates or something for different
like
enemies or
if
something like that.
like if you have the head, fine, but if you have the like the one of the like the actual insta kill enemies, then you're screwed, because if you're both together trying to lift something, dead. You ain't running.
We
I
met
will
one
say
insta kill enemy, and that was the freaking shotgun man.
no. There was another. I don't know what it was though, because it snuck up from behind and killed us both.
There's the Reaper thing that can do a lot of damage, but it doesn't just straight up kill you.
We were on round 1 and instantly
Actually,
died.
I guess the
Like that's the
dude
thing.
with the mace,
Round 1.
the dude with the mace can also kill you, but only if he sees you.
Yeah, I
You
don't
have
know.
to get like
It's a good time. Um,
it's fun.
Alex,
Actually.
what do you have the least experience with that? What do you think?
Fun enough with as like they all are, like Phasmophobia, Dead by Daylight, things like that.
Hmm.
Just like a competitive horror game, or not competitive, but like cooperative horror game.
I will say I do like the King of the Losers thing.
That
yeah, that's
is
fun.
nice.
No,
yeah, that is
yeah.
nice touch.
Just like not just being instant, murdered and respawn at the start of a new run. It's like you get something between the rounds as like a
I feel like
different.
it's bullshit whenever Cooper spawns right in front of a goddamn shotgun and kills me in 2 seconds, like blank. But
skill issue.
quite literally not. But okay.
No, quite literally
Definitely.
a skill issue, dude. You're just bad.
Quite little. You should have just been quicker.
You should just
Okay, bro.
spawn better.
Okay.
But yeah,
I'm gonna just stop.
Get a job.
I think we've all except for Alex whose laptop just can't run it. We all had a pretty good time with it.
I think so.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Give it
I was saying,
a.
obviously, Aaron and Jacob love it because they've been the main ones like texting in the Discord to try to get.
Yeah,
Yeah.
finally someone listened to me and started asking to play games without my involvement. I only had to beg for forever to somebody else to do that. I saw him do that and I was like, oh, yes, I'm going to go to bed now.
No,
I don't have to play. I can go to bed.
No, Mr.
Grant no
Cole,
longer
you
Grant's
do
like,
not.
I put everybody in one Discord so they would play instead of me being a cult leader.
I mean,
No.
I don't know. I've accepted
leader.
I play games a lot, so I'm around.
Yeah, it's just
no, that's
you're
other
just
people
tired
asking
now
is
'cause
awesome because I don't have to.
You can just back out if you want to. Yeah. So final thoughts. What do we think on a scale of like 5 or 10?
5 or 10. We only can choose 5 or 10.
I say 8.5.
Yeah, I think that's a good number. I'm gonna go a little bit lower and just say 8 flat.
yeah.
I'll say 8 and a quarter.
Okay. But it's a very fun game.
I actually really enjoy it. I think I enjoy it
It
more
is
than
very-
Lethal Company
Yeah,
too.
like I
Really
only don't
pisses
give
me
it a
off
10
certain
because
times.
like the graphics are simplistic and blurry. Like, like
but they're also supposed to be. And did you know you could turn off the fuzz? You can turn off the screen fuzz
yeah.
Interesting.
I did not know that.
because it messes with like some like I know certain people that it like messes with their like it messes with their head. They get headaches from looking at the screen fuzz.
Mm.
There's a or the setting in the settings menu that you can turn off the screen fuzz. I thought that was cool.
That is sick.
Cool.
But yeah, solid game. Would recommend.
Yeah.
Very fun, especially with friends. Definitely like whenever I first went in there, I was like, oh, this is very silly, very stupid. I'm not gonna get scared. But there are definitely times when you will get like,
Dude,
you will get freaked out by certain shit that happens in the game.
when you're like left alone, when you split up and stuff, and you're like left
Oh my
alone,
God,
it
yeah,
actually.
when you're alone, like, and you're not sure, especially if you don't have the player counter and you don't know you're the only one left.
Yeah.
That shit is scary.
No, for sure.
And the fact that dead people can talk to each other, I feel like is really fun.
No,
Yeah.
actually.
I do enjoy
in
that.
Lethal, I don't think you can talk to dead people, can you? Like if everyone's dead, can you talk to them?
No, you should be able to, I think.
Oh, you can? Okay. I don't
think so.
remember.
It's been so long, I don't remember for sure, but I think.
I mean, they're all kind of burned from Phasmo's popularity initially, and Phasmo you can talk to dead people.
Well, yeah, but
Phasmo's is awkward
Phasmo is
because
also
of the.
kind of like a completely different game.
Yeah, that is.
It's definitely a completely different game.
Like the way that Phasmophobia works versus like the way that a lot of these other ones work is completely different. Like they're not even comparable, really. In my opinion, obviously, but
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, let's get a
8 out of 10 would recommend.
Let's get a move on to the tidbits.
Oh,
Hades 2 will be a Nintendo Switch 2 console exclusive at launch. Yes, that means it's also coming to PC. So that means I'm probably buying it on PC. But
That's also even if you don't buy it at unless you buy it at launch, it's going to be cheaper on PC.
yeah, I mean, well, to be honest, I have not. I need to play way more of Hades 1 than I have. Because I enjoyed it when I did play it. I just never. I don't know. I never gave it enough time.
Finish it.
Yeah. But definitely interested. I'm sure by the time
Mhm.
I finally do get around to being Hades 1, which is about 30 years, Hades 2 will be really cheap. So,
Chelsea was
pre-orders.
interested in Hades 1.
Oh yeah, did you ever try it?
No, we haven't. She's interested in it for the like mythos and whatnot.
Mm.
I don't. She hasn't actually seen gameplay of it. I don't think.
Pre-orders for the Nintendo Switch 2 in Canada will not start either. Oh yeah, this is a little bit old news, but Canada also got screwed by the tariffs for pre-orders. There's a rumor, I think, that it's May 8th for the first round of Nintendo Store invites, like the online ones. So,
Oh.
Cameron, keep an eye out for that.
Yep.
'Cause I can't freaking
I'm-
get a family plan, dude. I knew the
Dude,
family plan was gonna burn me at some
hate
point.
that.
I knew it was gonna do that.
That is so stupid.
Yeah. Oh well.
Wait,
I'm
what?
Wait, what happened?
Family plan. The only person in the family plan that can pre-order the Switch 2 is the family plan owner. Nobody else gets the benefit.
Bruh, That's so
Wait, what? That's
wild.
gay. What?
Like
That's
at least for at least whatever the perk of that is. Because I think there's like 3 different things, right? You had to like
That's
Be-
gay and a not so.
It had to be
you
Did
just
a
have
year
the thing. Yeah,
of it,
2
and you
years.
have to
2
have
2 years of Switch Online. You had to play 50 hours in the last year. You had to.
no. Those are the only two
that-
requirements. You need to have it's
was there
1 year.
more?
You need to have an active subscription for at least 12 months as of the date they announced the Switch 2, or like
Mhm.
the original pre-order date was going to be.
Yep.
And you also had to have at least 50 hours of gameplay.
Mm,
I'm
Why
not. Sure.
is
I don't
that?
think the gameplay was within the last year. It might have been, but I know it was 50 hours of gameplay.
What is that for?
To get an
To
invite from the
be able to
Nintendo
pre-order
store.
it. Yeah,
To pre-order.
yeah. Now I'm kind of regretting saying that I would rather have the bundle-less version as my main one, because yeah, I'd rather just save the $50 or the extra 30, especially with all the amiibo being so expensive.
Yeah, dude. How expensive are amiibo gonna be?
With the
Retarded.
tariffs, no idea.
Yeah, I'm out on
They're
amiibo,
not-
dude.
they're not-
Amiibo already kind of getting too expensive for me now. $20 for like base price.
Yeah, $20 base price, 30 for the Street Fighter. Yeah,
Yikes.
It's probably gonna be more like 40 now.
Yikes.
ooh.
they better not be. Ooh.
Dude,
Well,
well, I mean,
They ain't gonna
everything
sell
else
it
has been
for
going
you.
up- Everything else is being so fucking expensive. Like, I don't see
True,
why that wouldn't
true.
be either.
Yeah.
Luigi's Mansion is now available on Nintendo Music. Woo.
That's the one from last week we missed.
That's fire.
Whatever
love-
Yeah.
this week.
So
I think also F-Zero X expansion kit is on there now. Like the
There's-
Interesting.
N64 one.
Mhm.
This drive. As of writing, Hermitcraft has raised $728,000 for the Gamers Outreach Foundation. What is Hermitcraft?
Yeah, they're doing it.
That's sick.
Is
It's
that-
a big
what is the
Minecraft.
Gamers Outreach?
It's a thing where they give hospitals like gaming carts for people for like kids to play on while they're stuck in the hospital.
Oh,
Okay,
huge.
So they're
that's
not
really cool.
just stuck
That's
watching
really, really
TV
cool.
or whatever.
I didn't know what it was, but that's really cool.
Yeah,
Alright.
charity.
Yeah.
Money-
They
lots
also
of
will
money
just
to
like
charity.
buy
Very
the
good.
kids like a handheld, like a brand new. It was big with the 3DS. They'd buy them 3DSs a lot, and they do it now with like Switch lights a lot too. They just
Yeah,
buy
it's-
them a handheld and like a couple games.
It's very good. We love to see it.
Yeah. Cash DLC starring Scrooge McDuck is heading to Disney Illusion Island on May 30th. Whoop-de freaking do.
Yeah, they announced this by going, "Hey, look, we're bringing it to PS4 and Xbox."
Hold on.
Why
Oh,
are you
they
bringing it
did
to Xbox?
announce. Okay, I didn't know they'd officially announced it. Rumoredly, Like, well, I showed Cameron. I was like, look, it got leaked on Korea's site. They're putting Illusion Island, and Scrooge is on the box.
Yeah, they're just
They
doing a
have been
full.
officially announced.
Yeah, they're doing a full version now. The DLC is coming to Switch on the same day as the other consoles. Why are you bothering with the Disney game on an Xbox though? Like honestly,
Yeah, I can see like, oh, we're putting it on PlayStation, we're putting it on Steam now.
See, yeah,
We
I
just
don't
don't.
like.
We
They don't
just
wanna
want to
make
lose
money,
money.
Casey. Literally. They don't
Okay,
wanna
We
make
to
any
be
hate
money,
money.
therefore.
fair, I don't know. I can imagine these days there's a lot of dads with an Xbox that like, their kid wants
They're
to play on it.
That's fair.
I
Yeah,
guess.
I agree.
Like, I don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's a huge market. I'm just saying like
I was like,
it's a lot
There's
I still
different.
wouldn't say
something
And then
it's a
that
great
regard
market.
is that like
decision,
an
but I can
Xbox
at
is
least
a
understand
dad
it based on
console.
that.
Like,
I can at least understand it based on that, even though I still don't think it's a great.
and also like you're already putting it out on everything else. It's not really that hard to make a Xbox version. It's all the same architecture. It's all the same
True.
stuff.
True.
Let's see. The main theme from Minecraft was added to the Library of Congress National Recording Registry for its cultural, historical, and aesthetic importance. The National Recording Registry only picks 25 pieces of music each year to include, and it's a pretty high honor. Minecraft Volume Alpha is the first full video game album to be included, and only the second video game recording, the first being the Super Mario Brothers theme.
That's so
That's pretty
goated,
cool.
actually.
Good job,
It
Minecraft.
kind of it deserved it too. I feel like. I would argue.
Video games are
Conversely,
getting screwed by the thing, though. The recording archive.
Dude, how many years has it been? You think? When did you think you added the Super Mario Bros?
We, I think, talked about when Mario got added.
it's
Okay.
been a few
That
years.
someone knew there's going. We should put video game music in the.
Hey guys, video games are actually a big thing in cultural reference, and you just got the old man going, "What's a video game? What's a video?" Like Hank Hill. Do I look like I know what a JPEG is?
I just want a
Dude,
picture of
that
a
is
gas
still
tank
one of
hot
my
now.
favorite videos. What's that
It's
clip of
so
that scene,
good.
but it like
Where
it
it just gets
continuously
worse.
gets lower and lower resolution.
Yes. It's so good.
Oh,
love
conversely
Hank
to good Minecraft, bad Minecraft. The director of the Minecraft or a Minecraft movie, said that he is okay with people making a gigantic fucking mess in theaters because they're having a good time and making memories.
That's absolutely crazy, dog. You know
You
who
would not
isn't fine with that? Any of the people who have ever worked in a movie theater ever.
be saying that if you were the one having to clean up all this junk.
Also, hey, that popcorn was expensive, and also that popcorn's kind of freaking delicious. What are you doing? You're wrong on
Real.
multiple counts. You're tossing delicious
No.
popcorn that like I would rather take it home and eat it the next day old movie theater popcorn is bussin'.
It actually slaps.
Why are you throwing it? That's such a dude. That's just a waste.
And he's just like, no, they're making memories. Who cares? They're
Grant, you
making
going to
a
watch
giant
it?
mess.
Yeah, Grant, have you seen it?
I have
I guess
not.
not, because you're busy.
Yeah.
You know what? I
Have you seen any of
promise
the
I
videos
will
of
go
the shit
see
or
it.
the pictures of
I promise
Oh,
I will
no.
go see it before it leaves
Grant,
theaters. I
you don't-
promise I will. I will do it.
You don't have to see it before it leaves theaters. It's probably going to be. I mean, it's not going to be
on a
the
streaming
correct
site. I don't know
viewing,
which one,
but like it'll certainly it'll be a completely different experience if you watch it from the comfort of your own couch. But
Because
at least
I
you
won't
won't
get
have to deal with
harassed.
screaming high school. You won't have to deal with screaming high schoolers.
Maybe I should just wait for it.
real.
If you guys will count me watching it at home as counting it, then I'll watch it. At home.
I will
I
will
as long
count
as
it
you
because
see
like
it, but
yeah,
Yeah,
because
go to
honestly,
the
I
I
wouldn't wish
can't.
the experience
I'll
we
do it
had
as
on
soon as it
anyone else.
comes out. I don't care. I'll pay $20.
Dude,
I'll do it.
it was
Honestly,
a miserable experience.
Yeah,
We
I
will-
would
I'm gonna,
not,
look,
I'm gonna watch
look.
it again
would not
anyway
wish
because I
that
couldn't hear
experience
half
on
the
anyone.
movie. So
Yeah, look, if we want to watch it, like have it on in the background
It was actually
during
horrible. It
A&G
was such a bad
weekend, we can do
experience.
that.
dude, I'm down. We have that down. We play some
I
board games or
don't think it
something.
will
wait,
be
will
out
we?
then.
We could actually do
It
that.
should be.
It will have not been 90 days.
Oh,
Are you
so
expecting it to
dumb.
be 90 days?
We can pirate.
That's
We can
when
pirate.
90 days is typically when a movie hit goes from theaters to digital now.
We can pirate it as crazy.
Literally.
Okay, Onion of the Week article. Nintendo confirms Waluigi is uncircumcised for some reason. This is from 2017. This is from 9/11 in 2017. Literally. Kyoto, Japan. Nintendo President
Never forget.
Tatsumi Kimishima divulged in an interview with Game Informer magazine yesterday that recurring character Waluigi is uncircumcised. The remarks were unrelated to the downloadable content for The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild he had been asked about.
Crazy.
Waluigi still has his foreskin, said Kimishima. You won't ever see it, but it's there. We don't know why he remains uncircumcised, however. It might be a religious thing, it might not. But yes, Nintendo players can expect some exciting downloadable content for The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, end quote.
Exciting.
Waluigi first appeared in the 2000 Nintendo
whole
64
Waluigi
title
foreskin.
Mario Tennis as an evil version of Luigi. Though at no point do you see any character's genitals, Kimishima insisted that underneath Waluigi's purple overalls you would find an uncircumcised penis.
Of course. Why not?
Dude,
Makes complete sense.
Oh, I thought that was the end of it. There's like another 4 paragraphs. I'm not going to read all that. I thought that was
Yeah.
the whole art. I read all of it because
No,
I thought it was
it's-
like just the 3.
It's so much longer. We're not gonna read that whole thing, but because it's just basically
Let me read the final
more of
sentence.
the same.
Also, remember Shy Guys? He added, none of them have any gag reflexes, so you could really go to town if you wanted.
What?
what?
This is from 2017, dude. This is almost a decade old. Oh, that hurt.
Oh,
2017.
why did you say that?
Oh no.
Dog.
Oh,
Who
oh,
let this
that
man
was
get
a dagger.
microphone?
I'm sorry.
Who let this man get a microphone?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I ruined it.
Why is he talking about Shy Guy gag reflexes and fucking...
Well, it's a fake article. Please remember.
Okay, I was hoping.
Yeah, someone was
Grant-
preoccupied in the office. I imagine.
Oh,
Kyle
my
forgets that Onion of the Week is our. If we don't have old but interesting, we put fake articles in the.
Yeah, I really did, bro. I thought this was old but interesting. That's fucking crazy. I was like, that's fucking
That's
crazy.
funny.
Dude, you gullible
He,
son of a bitch.
I am. I
So
am
gullible.
That's why this,
You thought
That's why this
Nintendo's
type
president in
is not good for me.
2017 was talking about Waluigi's penis.
low-key, I was hoping.
No way. That's you're
I was
lying.
hoping
You're
it'd be
lying.
so funny, dude. It'd be so funny.
Under the rumors, Tomb Raider Prime Video TV show likely canceled. Yay! Fantastic.
Wild.
hooray.
Get shit on.
And Controlled Retro Studios game Harmony gameplay was leaked. Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw a clip of it. It looked like nothing.
Like a
It looked
game.
like unfinished mess, like a world
Yeah, like
that someone came up with.
It sure was a game concept.
Yeah,
Real.
very
Like,
early
that
stages
might-
game concept.
That might be some of the least interesting concept I've ever seen.
All right, finishing topic for the week: BAFTA poll most influential video game of all time. Thoughts and discussion. So, BAFTA released a list of the most influential video games of all time, specifically 21 of them.
Voted by people, the general public.
Yeah, we asked the public a provocative question. What is the most influential video game of all time? It's unfair to have to choose just one. Do you pick the pioneers that shaped the early days of the medium, the innovators that were ahead of their time, the ones that proved formative to your own creative journey, or simply the ones that made you the most emotional? So it's a interesting list. I think we'll just go ahead and get the big one out of the way. Shenmue was number 1. Very weird.
So I've thought about this a lot.
I
I
don't even know what the hell that
am more
means, but
surprised
I'll do
it's
it.
there, but I could see why you would put it there because a lot of games are similar to it where you run around and do like a city, like an
Yeah, like
open world kind of city,
there's a
and
world in the game that exists outside of the mission you are currently doing.
And it's one of the
I'm just more
earliest
surprised
games
it's
to do that.
on this list is all because I'm like, who's besides me has actually heard of this game?
I mean, I
I have
have
definitely
because
not.
I know that's like one of the
Well,
few
yeah.
things that's worth it on a Dreamcast, apparently.
Right. Obviously you have,
I mean, I haven't
but
even
like,
played. I heard it kind of sucks. Like, there's a cult following for it, but like if you
Yeah.
try to play it and you didn't play it back in the day, it just kind of sucks.
Yeah,
there are
I feel like kind of similar to
3.
when BAFTA had Lara Croft as the most iconic character in gaming history. There might have been some rigging of the poll a little bit. Because I don't know how Shenmue gets the number 1 spot.
But then again, I mean, the argument they make is not really that bad. Listen to this.
No, it's a good argument.
The idea is that Shenmue was the first game that was basically like you're in a town doing something and you have stuff to do that's part of like the game that you're playing, but the world exists outside of it and you can do things in it as you would in the real world. They claim that basically it's like GTA and Assassin's Creed are siblings of this, like uh descendants. That's the word. Animal Crossing or Stardew Valley, perhaps. God of War, even Uncharted 4. Most prominently, Yakuza Like a Dragon.
See,
They
some I could
argue that this is like the
agree with.
first
Some
game
I don't
that
know.
did that. I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of hard. It's a hard pill to swallow for me because I'm like, really, Shenmue? Like, I guess it was the first one to do that, but just because was it the first one? Was it the most influential? I don't know. I mean, maybe.
I mean,
There's a lot of games that were the first to do something and were not the best at doing whatever they were trying to do. Like,
true.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. I agree with that, but I don't know. It's kind of hard to argue really one way or the other. Um, kind of unfalsifiable, but it's an interesting choice. Some of the other we'll go through down the list. Doom, I can agree with that. Obviously, boomer shooter, it's a huge genre. Super Mario Brothers,
Oh yeah.
Half-Life, Ocarina of Time, Minecraft,
Minecraft has to be in the list. Too.
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
No,
No.
that ain't no fucking way.
Number 7 on
You
the
know what,
list, dude.
bro?
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
That
That's
is
so
some.
wild.
The commitment to
That is-
authenticity
That's
found
even
favor
worse
among
than-
voters.
Recency bias.
The word
That's even
What?
worse than trying to argue Lara Croft is the most iconic.
Look, immersive showed up in more responses than for any other game.
Okay, and that that doesn't make it valuable
Good.
to gaming as a whole when there's no but we haven't seen the effects of it. Like if you want to argue that it's got some sort of lasting impact on the gaming industry,
You gotta wait
shouldn't
at least
it be relatively newer or young, like older?
older.
Because
yeah,
otherwise you
for
can't see the
sure.
effects. If it's a newer game, how are you going to go? Oh well, yeah.
Don't
like,
worry, this list gets better, but
It
it's
does
like
get
lower on the
There's
list.
no way.
Number 8, Mario 64.
Yeah.
That was,
Number 9, Half-Life 2.
I mean, you want
Someone who's
PC games.
played Half-Life, tell me how it's influential, though. 'Cause I've not played the iconic game.
Counter-Strike came from it.
Yeah, but that doesn't
Okay,
mean
that
anything.
doesn't help me.
It's more than Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
Gordon Freeman's battle against alien
Uh,
forces and oppressive regimes in a dystopian setting.
That's not.
That's
Number
What,
10,
what is it?
Yay!
What did it say on the site, right, for Half-Life?
Yeah, what
Half-Life
does it say on
1,
yours?
Yeah.
Two.
Or two.
or 2.
Both.
Half-Life 2, 11 years after Doom established the tenets of the first-person shooter, Valve's sequel redefined the genre, demonstrating how to tell a gripping story when looking at the world through another character's eyes. Combining tense combat with exploration and puzzles, it set a new standard for the first-person shooter genre and for simulated physics. And with the gravity gun, it gave us one of the medium's greatest gadgets, less a weapon than a tool of chaos, destruction, and slapstick comedy.
Hmm.
Okay, I guess I could see that.
I guess, but it's a little. I don't know. Having a decent portion of the paragraph tied to the gravity gun feels a little weird.
Number 10
Okay,
is The
continue.
Sims. Number 11 is
That's
Tetris.
fair.
Fair.
Number 12, Tomb
I like that.
Raider. Number 13,
Okay.
Pong.
Pong, dude. What? That's when I was yelling what to because I was just like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's I
It
guess
is.
it's
It
hard to
is.
argue because it was like the first. It's like
It was one
one
of
of
the
the
first,
first. I know it
yeah.
wasn't literally the
Influential, bro.
first, but it like might as well have been the first.
Yeah. Society when
Yeah.
two bars hit a ball.
If you bring up its first video game, then you always get that nerd who's like, no, it's this.
It's actually the it's this game on this like $80,000 mega computer that took up 10 acres.
Yeah.
14, Metal Gear
Pong.
Solid.
That's fair.
15, World of Warcraft.
Is
16,
Yeah.
that one of the
Baldur's.
first
Yeah.
MMOs?
It is
Is that
a
fucking Baldur's Gate 3? I swear to God.
Yeah.
yeah, it is Baldur's Gate 3. I told you it got
No.
better.
Dude,
As
this
much
game
as
is
I love
so
D&D and I love
new.
Baldur's Gate 3, there's no way that's one of the most influential games of all time.
Yeah, there hasn't been enough time to like see like
BAFTA,
what it's
you're
impacted.
retarded.
It says,
It's not
I've
even-
read the whole article. Essentially, it says, but people love its story, blah, 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 blah. And
Okay,
I'm
but,
like,
like,
Made
so
it
then
more
the Last of
willing.
Us
People more
should be
willing
in
to
this
see the.
spot?
Yeah, Last of Us is not on the list, is it?
Last of Us would make sense. No, it's not. It's not in the top 21 at least.
People are willing to consider video game stories as actual story, and I'm like, so why is Last of Us
Why is
not in this
like
spot?
look? I don't give a lot of props to Last of Us because I didn't care for the story as much. But like, you can't argue that the new game, the game that's getting
Has an
voted because it's
influential
got the
story.
exactly like.
We haven't even gotten enough time to see like, oh, what it's impacted
Well,
or
like
like the
it
genre
says
it's
that
gonna be able to
it
like
allows people
lean
to
towards.
see the more like cinematic set, and it's like you can't use the new game for that. And I think most of that paragraph is more like about D&D than it is about
What it
about
actually
Baldur's Gate
does.
3
I mean,
anyways.
D&D is definitely one of the most influential games of all time, but it's not one of the
Not
most
for sure,
influential
but
video games of
Yeah,
all time because
it's
it's
nowhere
been
not
near
a
video
fucking video
games.
game. It's a tabletop
No.
game. It like designed
I was
to.
getting heated.
Okay?
I mean,
Yes, I
fair.
am,
Me
but
too.
like,
But when
I
dude,
love D&D. I think it's one of the best games to play, especially if you want to like actually learn something.
Okay,
It's
okay.
amazing, bro.
no, trust me. Alex and I were just like mad. We because he
That's
showed me that while we were eating
bro.
Chick-fil-A on the way up, and I'm just like, that's so stupid, dude. That doesn't
Uh,
work. Baldur's Gate 3 is on there because it's new.
17, Final Fantasy 7.
Yes, I can see that without even meaning.
18, Dark Souls. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
OG Dark
I
Souls,
can
yeah.
see it.
Yeah.
OG, yeah.
I would say Demon Souls maybe more, but
Yeah.
Dark Souls probably.
Demon Souls, yeah, it came out first, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it's like
Demon
the
Souls was
same,
the first
yeah.
one, but it's also not as recognizable as Dark Souls, which is why I take it back. Like that's why I took it back whenever.
19 GTA 3. I definitely agree with that.
Mhm.
The
Yeah,
open
because that
world
was the
swim
one that
around kind
switched
of
to
game.
open.
Yeah. 20 Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim. And okay,
I
number 21.
That,
Wait. Number
that was a
21
very
Grand
big
Theft
game.
Auto. What? Number
What?
19 is
How?
GTA 3 and number 21 is GTA 1.
What? Wait, what?
Dude, this list
But
sucks.
This,
This list
This
is
list
ass.
sucks.
list is
You know what? I
Absolute
think we should
ass.
just stop.
trash.
Absolute ass. Literally.
I think we should just stop like looking at it, bro. Because it's high key pissing me off. Like
Dude, what?
Like,
it's legit pissing me
you
off.
look. You cannot argue that two games in the same series, where it's not like
Well, hold on, Mario's on there twice.
Mario.
Wow.
Okay, but Mario. Look, Mario is the game. Mario 64 is the game that put 3D gaming on the map,
No,
and
for
Mario
sure.
Bros is the game that put gaming back on the map. Like
Yeah, like saying GTA 1 to GTA 3 is like saying Donkey Kong Country to Donkey Kong 64. Like, yeah, it was crazy. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to downplay any 2D to 3D. All of those are cool. That's a big thing, like in video game history.
but
like, why? Like, you could pick if you're just going to do that. We already
might as well
have
pick
one of
GTA
those.
1 and GTA 5.
Yeah, like you could do GTA, or you could do Mario, or you could do really whatever you want to do.
But like,
why are there
you don't
multiple of
need
both?
two of them. Yeah, you don't need two of them next to each other. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
No,
Okay, well,
that's crazy.
BAFTA is kind
That
of
is
that
terrible.
list. To be honest, that list is kind of all over the place.
No, for sure.
I don't know. Like, I can't necessarily disagree with Shenmue. I do question it, but a lot of the others, I'm like, ew, what?
Yeah.
What does this make any
Okay, so-
sense?
Yeah, basically, like I know part of it's the Nintendo bias, but like, if it's not like one of the more iconic games in gaming, why is that? Why is any game from the last 5 years, even 10 years on this list when we haven't really? Because I'd question Breath of the Wild or Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah,
being
well,
on the
I don't
list.
think tier 10 years is fair answer because we've seen Breath of the Wild's influence on the industry. Just how many things have kind of just
done crafting or what?
taken from it.
Yeah, I mean, but even then, it's like,
Yeah.
but stuff newer than Breath of the Wild shouldn't even be on them.
No.
Baldur's Gate has
agreed.
no purpose on them.
I
That
think
is
it's a solid game, but I don't think it's like it hasn't had enough time to be influential.
Yeah,
No,
there's
it's
no-
definitely, I would say it's definitely a really amazing game, and the story is definitely really, really good. But there's no way that it can claim one of the most influential games of all time.
because it hasn't had any time to
possibility.
influence anything yet.
Zero
Yeah.
possibility that it can.
No, for sure.
Yeah, again, if you're
Trash
gonna
list,
put
dude.
like a game that, hey, this story kind of influenced the general public more, because I would argue you could say Final Fantasy VII influenced a lot of like, hey, games can be stories at its time. But like a more recent example I would use would be Last of Us, as I mentioned.
No, Last of Us, yeah, I'd argue. I love the first game. Dude, I really
But
want
Baldur's Gate 3 is too recent to.
recency bias.
Yeah.
Have any sort of impact yet.
I really want to know who's voting for it though, because like they say like ranked by number of votes received. I gotta know who's voting for this, bro.
British people.
Take them in the
BAFTA
back.
They don't know
themselves.
anything. All they do is eat fish
Like,
and
they-
beans.
I was about to
They
say.
voted Lara Croft as the most iconic
Dude,
video
their
game
toast
character.
is
dude.
just
I
white
don't
bread.
think they should get votes anymore.
Dude, they shouldn't be allowed to vote in American polls. I'm just saying.
All right. Well, we're gonna get out of here. Thank
That's
you so
just a
much
British poll.
Thank you so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed the show. Please share us with a friend. We post every Wednesday, 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. Spotify, Apple Podcast, YouTube.com/StormwindGames. Anywhere that you get your podcast, you can find us. Add us on Twitter at AllNightGamers with a K. What do you think of that list, and why is it stupid? Are you excited
Real.
for Summer Game
Real.
Fest? What do you think
Excited
about
for-
Breath of the Wild not coming with a DLC? Let us know. And we'll be back next week. As always, for more gaming news, talk, and discussion. We've got a new message here from the crew. Thanks for listening. Be good to yourself. Be good to each other. We love you all to death, and see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.